Welcome to another WinBid Pro version 16 video from GDS Estimating. This is still about our beta version of WinBid Pro v16. And this video I want to talk about a couple alerts that come up when you're doing something that the program can't figure out. And eventually we're going to code the program so that it will figure this out and automatically splice things. But in this case, we have a PVC open back filler applied to both jams. So if we go and edit the framing system and we say components, then I look at the left jam, and here's the part right here, the 4543. So that's a flat filler, open back flat filler. And notice it's not anywhere else in the framing system except for the left and right jam. So I can scroll down here. I don't see it anywhere. So the left and right jam is getting that part. But this is a 140 inch tall opening, and that part has a length of 120 inches. So right now it's set as an optimized part. So what I mean by that is we go to Edit Job Parts, and I find that part down here, and I edit it. And we not only have a part type, which helps us kind of find a part when we're looking for it, but we also have a way to handle that part. And there's three different handling categories. So there's count, which is like, obviously 1, 2, 3. So it's so many different units basically. And then measure is how many feet of it are needed. So that's typical for gasket, weather stripping, that type of thing. And then there's optimize, which means it needs to be actually optimized out of a stock length. So right now this thing's set, it's optimized, but the program isn't able to automatically splice it at this point. So the first way I can do this is I can say, all right, allow breaks without full splices. So that just means the program's now going to kind of force itself to figure out how many it needs at the full stock length. And that's a per part kind of setting. So it's not telling every wall jam piece or anything like that to do it. It's just saying this specific part number, we want it to just break wherever, or wherever it needs to based on its length. So that's the way it's going to handle it. So now if I close, and notice I have no more alerts, so it doesn't have a problem with anything, and we go to reports and final parts, it's saying that I need 3 basically stock lengths of that, which is correct because we have 2 full ones plus 1 can take up the extra material. So that's one way to do it. We checked that box. So now the other way to do it is we go down to the part and we edit it. I can uncheck that box, so now it's going to treat it like it was, but now I'm going to change it to a measured part, and that's going to treat it more like gasket material. So it's just going to say how many feet of this do we need. And it basically knows that each roll or each bundle for that part is 10 feet long based on this length right here. So I'm going to save that, and we'll see that there's no errors with that either. And now when we go to the reports and final parts, we're going to find that part right here, and it's saying we need 23 feet of it. So remember, it was 140 inches times 2 pretty much. So that's kind of what you can do if you see that error and you need to fix it and have the part come out in the right quantity, basically. So the advantage of doing what I just did, we're setting it to measure, is that it still says extrusion here, but it's that's just the part type. So remember, that's separate from the category, the way it's actually handling the part. So the benefit of what we did here is it's not going to show up in the optimizer anymore. So whenever it's set on optimize, it will show up in the optimizer. So if it's something that doesn't need to be optimized in the shop and cut on a machine or just pre-cut, then the measure setting is actually the better way to go anyway. So keep that in mind if you come across this. It's especially going to happen with PVC fillers because they're only 10 feet long. So that's what I wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. That's it. Thanks.